Okay, everyone, my name is Byron White. Pleasure to have you on board today for the 43rd webinar I've run. Wow, I think I'm getting old. The good news is I'm headed out on vacation tomorrow, and with that in mind, I had a positive, happy peace of mind, and I started thinking about what makes life great, happy, cheerful, and I'm going to run an interesting presentation today that's going to really educate and acclimate you, hopefully, on our new content analytics platform and how it really does make your life easy and better and faster and wiser. We're excited about the launch of this. It is difficult, of course, to educate the thousands of customers that have blessed us with the opportunity to perform on a content level. But we do think we have some great resources now at their fingertips to optimize content and track the performance. So without any further ado, let me sort of quickly run through a slide presentation that talks a little bit about the technology and what it does for you, and then we're going to go to a live demonstration and try to zip through this in 20 minutes or less, and then open things up for questions. So a nice speed attempt here to give you a quick tour. For starters, what is content analytics? Let me briefly explain it. We tried to build a platform that will allow us to create some advanced technology to help people really make better decisions by looking at things like keyword performance and quickly finding keywords to use for optimization, but more importantly, looking at the keywords and the content that you've already published, seeing how well it was optimized if you're using the keywords appropriately to drive the performance that you're demanding for your investment. So really cool tools, and I think at the end of this you'll get a better understanding. There's just about 20 quick slides I'm going to blast you through here. So for starters, life is certainly better when you're on vacation in the summer months. I'm not sure what the weather is going to be like where I'm going to Cape Cod, but nevertheless, it is great to get away. But it's even better when you can get away and your content is performing, hopefully giving you some peace of mind. And this is the content analytics dashboard that we'll be looking at later today. The net of it is you can see how much content you've published on a month-to-month basis, maybe how many blog posts or other assets you've published, and how many social publishing frequency of posts in Twitter and Facebook that you've published every month, and then how your traffic has either increased or decreased as a result of that. Of course, it's difficult to get a direct correlation between publishing content and increasing traffic, but at least you're beginning to see some metrics and some correlation, as you'll see as we move forward. But more importantly, you're also seeing how your listing positions are doing, so you can dive in and really see how your content is performing. Life is certainly better when you don't have to use worksheets anymore and spreadsheets. And, getting data is critical, but the problem is moving from that spreadsheet to what a writer needs to be successful is a quantum leap and very time-consuming, particularly when you're using multiple tools. So life is even better when you have all your keyword data at your fingertips, fully integrated into the workflow platform. Life is certainly better. So life is better when you don't have to change your company name. This is really interesting. I applaud Rand for changing his name from SEO Moz to Moz. There's a big debate in the industry right now whether or not SEO is antiquated and no longer a practice worthy of attention and investment. I completely feel like SEO needs to be fully integrated with content marketing. I find it interesting that the Content Marketing Institute doesn't really talk about SEO much at all and sort of has banned that words from their vocabulary. SEO is important, but optimization can mean many different things. It doesn't just mean scattering keywords in your content. I think that there's a bigger picture here, and it's all about Moz Analytics, for example, marketing analytics software to manage all your inbound efforts. So analytics continues to be key, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes and where the industry is headed. But life is even better when pioneers, hopefully, like Mike and I, get together and say, let's try to put content and analytics all in one platform. That's really what we're trying to do here, and that's why this is such an interesting exercise and drawing some attention from some people, and you'll learn more about that later. Life is certainly better with inbound marketing and marketing automation. Clearly HubSpot and Marketo recently went public, as you probably know, and they're a leading force with marketing automation. And HubSpot has captured all of our attention with more assets and value add insight into what's happening in the marketing world than you could ever imagine. Fantastic job. But what's interesting, life is even better when you realize that quality content, not software, is how you grow your business organically, the content marketing way. Tools alone will not make your website successful, and it's really a waste of time to spend too much time with tools, because at the end of the day, optimization is really pretty easy. Life is certainly better when you have one content asset offering lots of intellectual value for customers, and that's clearly an important element of any good content asset. The intellectual value needs to be completely divorced, if you will, from your products and services, and that's what I tried to do with my new book, The Content Marketing Roadmap, which has already driven thousands of leads from people that are interested in getting this insight. But that's what you have an obligation to do with your company. Or if you're a writer, you have an obligation to help customers, find that content that adds value. That's really what it's all about. But analytics actually gives you an opportunity to track the optimization strength and the performance of all your content assets, and that's what we've tried to build into WriterAccess. So life is certainly better when you catch the first fish of the day. I don't think I'll be catching a fish that large on Cape Cod, but it'd be interesting. And let's see, life is certainly better when you can set up content analytics in about 5 minutes, which is really how we've designed it. You simply add in your keywords and your competitors, you integrate in with your Google Analytics account and with SpyFu, and then you can integrate in with WordPress and Twitter and Facebook, which pulls in all of your content, so you can start analyzing which keywords you used in each of those content assets, how your keywords are performing, and how your content is performing. Fast, simple, and easy. That's what we were trying to do. So life is better when we try to get writers and SEO specialists on the same page, and I've been trying to do that for many years now. We've been around for 13 years as a company, and for the most part, it's been a challenge to get clients, in-house editorial team members, SEO specialists, and writers all on the same page. It's a juggling act, and who has more strength? It seemed to be a battle of SEO and peppering keywords and content and forcing keywords down the throat of our writers, bandwidth and infusing those keywords into all of their content assets. But as the journey has continued and as we've gotten smarter, better, faster, wiser with content analytics, we're starting to chase longer tail keywords, look at internal linking strategy, starting to go after informational and educational phrases, and not just ramming these same 20, 30, 50 keywords that a customer has paid an SEO firm to get top listings for. There's only so much good you can do in scattering those keywords around. You need to be looking at lots of other variables. So hopefully something like content analytics gets everyone on the same page, so you can optimize your content for readers and the search engines all in one place. Here's an actual order form you're going to see in a couple minutes, where you can see a keyword bucket that you've created using content analytics, and you can just scatter those into your orders strategically and with ease. Life is also better when you can quickly articulate the tone and style you're looking for to engage your customers and keep them coming back for more. Over in WriterAccess, because we create a lot of high-end premium content, which is priced out at $1 per word, rightfully so, we needed something more sophisticated to articulate exactly what a customer might be looking for. This creative brief is fantastic. We'll spin through it in a minute, but it's going well beyond SEO and optimization and diving into really what the customer need is. We're also looking at creating content that doesn't need revisions. We of course have proofreading services that any customer can add to WriterAccess at any time they want, but for the most part, the content we're creating has an 88% success rate of not any request being created. And if there is a request, which by the way we encourage customers to offer that feedback to writers, 11% of the orders going through are requesting revisions, particularly new writers that you need to onboard, and/or new types of content you're trying to have created even from your existing authors. But we see a very high success rate, and that's important for overall quality, and we're very proud of these stats. And I would argue life is better with content analytics, and that's what I'm about to show you. And life is even better with a 60-day free trial of content analytics powered by SpyFu that brings in all kinds of data, along with a $50 credit at WriterAccess just if you give this a try. And you can go to writeraccess.com/SpyFu3 to take advantage of this opportunity. So let me now sort of dive in. You know, my last comment, we've had some news in the world, and congratulations to our folks overseas, but life is even better when you get a really cool free content marketing kit along with a copy of my book in the mail, which we now do for every new customer that signs up with us and makes a deposit. So without further ado, let me try to dive in to our dashboard and just give you a very quick tour of what WriterAccess can do for you, more specifically what Content Analytics is now doing for our customers. So when you log on to WriterAccess, I've set up a demo account here, and I've set it up as a master account, so even agencies can get a feel for how enterprise-level solutions work. You see there's a dashboard that quickly gets you in tune with all of your writers and your analytics and any alerts that you might have of what's happening. We try to make it simple. You know, in our world, it's all about finding writers and placing orders and managing the workflow with content analytics built into the platform. And to set up content analytics, it's really easy. We sort of walk you through this wizard that will allow you to type in your domain name, enter some keywords, up to 1,000 keywords as part of the trial, a few competitors, and then let us know, you know, if you're an existing SpyFu member or a new SpyFu subscriber, which package you might be most interested in. And you'll actually create your SpyFu login information, and this 60-day trial actually gets you into SpyFu with full access to all of their benefits for 60 days. So it's a great opportunity to test out not only WriterAccess, but this whole platform. So as we go back to the overall WriterAccess platform, I just want to show you a couple of quick things. First of all, I want to show you how easy it is to find writers. You can go in and take a quick look and use our advanced search tool. You can select by any industries. We have 44 industries in here. Do a quick search. Look at all the writers that are popping up. You can go quickly look at their proficiency, how many orders they've created, what their star rating is, you know, even where they're from. We can do geographic searches if you want. You can evaluate anyone you look at very quickly, which saves them to an archive, or you can add them to what we call a love list. Or you can even create a new order and send it to Amanda in this case. So lots of good data in here. You can see samples. You can look at any reviews that have been written about them. You can actually in-mail them using the platform. So there's a lot of great stuff you can do as you search around and find writers. But the next thing I want to show you real quick is placing orders. And we've created a super simple order form that allows you to quickly document exactly what you want and what you're looking for, any requirements you have, and we've tried to make it easy. Everything we do is price per word, and you can place the order either to the crowd, which is picked up by the first person that looks it over and determines they can execute to your specifications, or you can send a standard order, which is really designed more to send to a particular group of writers that you've hand selected, and those prices range from 2 cents to about 9 cents per word, very inexpensive. But we also have premium orders, which start at 10 cents and go up to as high as $1 per word. Again, you're in control. You're deciding what you want to pay, and writers are determining whether or not they want to pick it up based upon review of your specifications. When you drop in your specifications and determine who you want to send it to, by the way, we did pioneer casting calls, which allow you to place an order and have writers apply for the order, and you can pick the person that you think is the best match for the project. We created this. We've had several versions over the last few years, but it's a great way to just quickly get started with WriterAccess and get your orders out there and start looking at applicants that might be a good match for you. And we've really pioneered another thing that I want you to look at, and that's a creative brief. Back in my Hill Holiday days many years ago, we would create a creative brief for every new customer and every project that was coming through the agency, and we had to do a good job of articulating exactly what the customer was looking for, who the target audience was, what tone and style was appropriate if it was a content project. and if it was a creative project, even more specifications. But what we've tried to do on this is to sort of strip this down and make it really simple for you to take 5 or 10 minutes and explain exactly what you're looking for, who the target audience is, what formatting issues, things to avoid. We've made it simple to create a brief, a creative brief more specifically. And we recommend that every customer does this for each asset type that you're trying to create. You can then save this brief and use this for all of the assets you're creating, including things like recurring orders and templates that you set up to make things work efficiently and effectively. You can see the template set up right here, and you can sort of get a feel for how that works. But the bottom line is when you enter your order, you determine when you need it. You can save it to a folder for future access. We've made it very simple. So that's essentially how to place an order. And then I'm going to sort of walk you through another really interesting feature here, and that's related to an enterprise level solution. So over on the enterprise level, we have a lot of agencies that use our platform, and they have multiple editors coming in and placing orders for all of their individual customers. So what our technology allows an agency to do is to set up what we call child accounts within this parent master account. And when a customer does that, the parent can go dive in and take a look at what an individual editor or content creator or strategist is creating. And when you do that, you can also access the analytics for that particular content, that editor. And this particular account is set up, for one account that this particular editor is working on. You can also switch domain names and add content analytics for an unlimited number of domain names, capped only by the number of keywords you have. Content analytics starts with 1,000 keywords, so if you're only focused on, say, 100 keywords, you could put 10 domain names in here. So the net of it is, it's in your control. You can determine how you want to use content analytics, and the net of it is you can quickly see there's a dashboard that shows you can view all your content quickly that you've published. The technology is keeping track of that. As well as how many tweets and posts you've had in the social sphere. This analytics is hooked directly into Google Analytics for your traffic flow, bringing in all of the visits you've had on a month-to-month basis and how your content might be affected that. And this is where SpyFu comes in tracking monthly SERP positions. So, let's say, great, this domain name's, working fine, all is well. But now let's go do some actual keyword research, and let's go find some orders that we want to use. Let's go find some keywords and create a new keyword bucket for, let's say, let's stay way ahead of the game, and let's say September blog posts. Okay, so I'm going to create a keyword bucket here for upcoming blog posts, and I'm going to use content analytics to quickly find and search for keywords. I can look at search volume. I can work at, I can quickly sort by search volume or pay-per-click price, or my listing positions at Google, see where I'm winning, where I'm losing. We also have a score column over here, which is really cool, where we're scoring content and making recommendations to you on what we think you should focus on. And that's looking at sort of triangulating some data related to search volume and pay-per-click price and listing position trends, and trying to find keywords where you're trending into the top 50 or into the top 10. So we're looking at mountains of data to make these recommendations for you. You can take them or leave them, but let's say I was going to create, 10 blog posts for this month. So, I might go in and let me just look at my highest search volume keywords and make sure I add a few of those keywords into the play as well. Let's just say I've, got some good data. I've selected my keywords. I'm feeling good about where I am. But let's go look at some other data. Let's go take a quick look at, for example, what I've published already. Let's go into my actual content, and let's see, there's my blog posts that have been published, to date. And let's go look at, maybe some posts that I made in June. And let's go see what keywords I used in that post. And here's some hot listing positions, so let's make sure we add that keyword, which is trending well. And maybe I want to go in and look at this actual post. Maybe I was thinking about writing a post around that topic, and I want to make sure that I don't duplicate any content. So you get the general idea. We can poke around and quickly see what we've published already, fed in through a WordPress integration, and we could even add published content if we want. But the net of it is, we've got data at our fingertips here, and that becomes critical. It becomes critical for guiding your content, looking over everything going on. You can see that I'm not using a lot of my keywords in my social activities, so I've got to change that, and I've got to tell my writers to use actual content that I'm trying to optimize for in anything being published. So really you can see that the topographical overview, but it starts to get really fun when you go over to placing your orders. So I've set up a keyword bucket called September blog post. Now let's go into placing a new order. And now I'm really impersonating this particular editor, just so everyone knows. I'm operating like Glenn here. But when I go down and place my order, the fun news is I can go select that particular September blog post keyword bucket, and you can see that I can now add some SEO instructions and start peppering these keywords into my orders. So I've done my homework. I've found some other, I've found the keywords that I want to use, and I can quickly go in and use these keywords and require them or make them optional in all of the orders that I'm creating. So, that's really how our customers are using content analytics. We have some customers beta testing the technology and using it, putting it to work right now. We're very excited about what we've stated. We're very excited about what we've created and excited about the partnership that we have with SpyFu that's really powering all of this wonderful data that you're seeing. So that's really where we are right now with content analytics. I'm glad you could take a quick spin of what we're doing. I want to now open it up to the floor and see if anybody's interested in having some questions asked. And you can see there's just so much data that I probably didn't have time to really even get into here. But the net of it is we're very excited for you to try out content analytics, take it for a spin, and start getting really rich, great data that you can use to optimize your site and also track the performance of how your site is doing in the search engines. So without further ado, let's open it up for some questions. All right, let's see here. Can you get analytics part of the program without hiring the writers? Excellent question, and the answer to that is yes. You can sign up for a free account with WriterAccess right now and bring in and sign up for the 60-day trial when you get in of content analytics. And I gave you the page so you can get a $50 trial to boot for WriterAccess at that SpyFu 3 location. Once you're in there, you can just sign it up, get started with it. The fees on that, if you have a SpyFu membership, it starts at like $20 per month. If you're not a SpyFu member, it starts at $99 per month. And that gives you, again, full access to SpyFu, but also tools and you get to access to all of content analytics. What I'm working on as well for that person that asked that question is I think there will be a day that WriterAccess allows our customers to bring in your own pool of writers and to use all of our technology to to really dish out orders to your freelance writers, have them work inside of our platform, and have us essentially help you with even payrolling those writers. That's the vision of where I see us going for customers that have their own freelance writers and want to just use our platform for workflow, which, by the way, is also checking copyscape originality verification, and there's a lot of reasons customers may want to use this platform. So let's see. Can you give the link for the $50 deal? Sure. It's writerAccess.com/SpyFu, SPYFU 3, number 3. So glad I could help. Let's see. I gotta figure out how to move this down. Let's see. There used to be a way to do this. There we go. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? If so, I'm here to answer them. And let's see. Is content analytics really free for agencies? You can answer this offline if you want. Yes, it is. It's free. I'll answer it online. Thank you. We've really, let's define free for a second. Content analytics, there is a cost associated with content analytics if you're choosing to use the SpyFu data. It's pulling in monthly SERP tracking for any domain you mention. It's pulling in pay-per-click price and search volume. SpyFu is powering this data, and there's a subscription fee for SpyFu. So if you're an agency, using SpyFu, you pay like a $20 surcharge per month for access to content analytics, and that's basically how we've drummed it up. If you need to do thousands of keywords or an unlimited number of keywords or millions of keywords, you can see what our price points are by going to the content analytics page on WriterAccess. I can actually bring you there right now if you want. I'll show you the costs. Click this right here. We go to pricing. Actually, we go to content analytics. We scroll to the bottom. And there lies the pricing that does not actually give you if you're already a registered member of SpyFu, which I'll bring you to here. Boom. I believe it should be on this page. Yes, if you're a SpyFu member, that's not the right page actually, that just shows our pages. Let me show you another SpyFu page. If you're a SpyFu member, you get this page, and this has the SpyFu pricings on it, if your agency is already a SpyFu subscriber. So you could upgrade your keywords up to 5,000 keywords for $320 a month, or if you want unlimited keywords, it's $1,000 a month, and that would be for a million keywords, whatever you have. Let's see. Someone says I have SpyFu already, so there is still a $20 surcharge. If so, I don't understand the free part. Well, you can use content analytics for 60 days for free, and it pulls in all of your data. And if you're already a SpyFu member, that's great. But there is a fee of $20 per month if you want to use content analytics inside of the WriterAccess platform after the 60 days. So, I'm not sure where you're seeing the free reference, but this is the Welcome SpyFu page, which I believe if you're a SpyFu member, you did get a link to this page on a promotion that just went out. So let's see. Any other questions that anybody has? Happy to answer them. Hopefully you were engaged with a demo of the platform, understand how it works. Let's see. Can you give a link to the $50? I think I did that. Free part was on this page, agency services. Okay, let's go take a look. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Let's go to agency services. Free access and enterprise features for content analytics. So I'm not sure where you're seeing the free on this page, but maybe I'm not reading it well enough. But anyway, we're on the same page. If you have a question for me, last line, free access to enterprise features of content analytics, free access and enterprise features of content analytics. Maybe I should change that wording. But anyway, Dave, have at it. Give me a call and call me on that. The net of it is this is an extremely powerful tool. It's priced, I believe, very reasonably well. These are all fee structures that are paid to our SpyFu partnership. WriterAccess, you can see how we're set up. We're 100% fully transparent on our prices. I love it. I built my first company called Freelance Access based on full transparency with the cut that I had with all the talent we were representing, and I've done the same with WriterAccess. But this technology is is expensive. It's expensive to scrape, and it's expensive to get the data that Mike is providing. But I'm looking forward to talking to some other providers, perhaps. You know, we want to find the best way to get data. Another thing for Dave, you could run the 60-day trial if you want. If you want to discontinue the data you're getting from SpyFu, you can do that. That data will remain there, so you can still see your keywords and the pay-per-click price. You just won't be getting monthly SERP tracking for your listing positions. There's also, I believe, inside the content analytics platform, there is a way to upload your own data if you're getting that data from another party. I believe we kept that in. If we didn't, it is in there. Give me a buzz and reach out to me or send me an email, Byron at WriterAccess, and I can turn that on for you. We want our customers to purchase content from us and to use this data. That's why we launched Content Analytics. So hopefully that makes sense for everybody. Does anybody have any other questions? So I love the questions. Bring it on. Harder questions, the better. You know, it'd be interesting to learn if people think we should give this away for free. I mean, I think that's interesting. I'd welcome your feedback on that. You know, we're the only writing marketplace right now that has even attempted to bring in a sophisticated workflow that would include content analytics. We're very happy about that. We understand this space, but you know, I wonder, you know, maybe we should open the vault up and just make content analytics free, I guess, for a certain limited number of keywords, perhaps. But anyway, I welcome your feedback on that. We want to make it appealing. So let's see. I think that's the only question flow that I have. So I think we'll call this webinar closed out. Really appreciate everybody listening in, and for the most part, I hope your life is a little smarter, better, faster, and wiser with content analytics. That was our goal. I'm glad everybody could to tune in and give us some feedback and ask some great questions. Really appreciate everyone tuning in today. So thanks very much. Until next month. Hope you enjoyed the presentation today. Please send me any feedback, Byron at WriterAccess, and send me some feedback on our Twitter account, Byron White. That would be great as well if you could send me some thoughts on the presentation today. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.